What's going on, everybody? It's been a minute since I've done a video and been a minute since I dealt with this particular issue. But I want to discuss whether or not if Voddie Baucham actually plagiarized or misquoted Richard Delgado in his book Fault Lines. And we're going to discuss that today.
We undeserving, but Christ changed our mind frame. In a world full of errors, the only thing the doctor prescribes is truth.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Prescribed Truth. I'm your host, Jamal Bandy, the one who seeks to distribute the truth that the doctor prescribes to the church and the world today. So this is a pretty late issue. I know, I'm late on it. There may have been all kind of things said about it already, but I don't care. I wanted to give my thoughts on it because I just happened to come across it. A friend of mine sent me an article online that talks about how Voddie Baucham is, outside of being accused of plagiarism, that he's actually dangerous to daughters and wives. And that just got me really bothered. If you know how much I love Voddie Baucham, you know what I'm saying? That's my dude, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, but we love truth more. So when there's truth to be told, I'm ready to listen. I want to know. So regarding the plagiarism issue, I wanted to see, well, did he misquote Richard Delgado? Now, as far as what I'm seeing, and guys, if you know other parts of the book that have been said to be plagiarized or misquoted, let me know in the comments below. From what I see online and from the article that was given to me, this was the only one. And I'm not seeing how he was accused of misquoting the person or anything like that. I'm not understanding. So I decided to show the article, and here it is. So now that's a pretty wowing picture of Voddie Baucham there. This little freeze frame. Like basically like what are you doing? What are you talking about? What you trying to say? Nah. This is kind of that kind of deal. But anyway, let's go through it. So this is an article that was published back. Oh, well, this was published March 4th. Okay, ain't that long off of this. I guess they've still been talking about this plagiarism. I know the article on which I was talking about the plagiarism. This is it here. I'm just gonna scroll up it. If you happen to see it, so be it. This is March 7, 22. Okay, so a minute. I know I was thinking I was behind. This is why. Oh, okay. Because when I was researching the accusations, so it says Voddie Baucham published a defense fault lines against plagiarism claims. So that was August 3rd, 2021. All right, that's interesting. Cool. Now, don't want to read through the article. Don't want to read through all that stuff, guys. It's not necessary. But if you would like the links to these articles, I will put them in the description. I will place these links in the description for you guys, so you guys can look at it on your own. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be helpful for you guys if you want to look at it. But just don't think it's necessary to read all of it right now. But this was the claim that Voddie Baucham misquoted Richard Delgado in his book Fault Lines. I have a copy of the book here. And it's my, special. Can't see it? There you go. Yeah, see that? Yeah, autograph copy. Yes, sir. So now, guys, I have an extra one of these books just in passing. I have an extra Fault Lines book laying around. I bought one, but this one was given to me. I bought a copy. So now I bought a copy when I was doing the book club for Center for Biblical Unity. So yeah, so I have an extra copy of Fault Lines, guys. If you need a copy of Fault Lines, if you haven't purchased that book, guys, I am giving it away. Woo! Giving it away. First giveaway, 2022, a couple months late, but it's okay. Giving away that book because I've been wanting to give it away to somebody. So yes, I am giving that book away. If you would like to have that copy of Fault Lines, guys, email me at prescribed.truth@gmail.com and we will get in touch. Get you that copy of Fault Lines. If you haven't bought it yet, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. All got you. Got you a copy ready for you. All right. Now, with that being said, did Voddie Baucham misquote Richard Delgado? Richard Delgado is quoted in this book under page. This is before we even get to any of the chapters. This is before, matter of fact, before we even get to the introduction. Quoted in the this outline portion of the book. Right, this is outline. That. All right, so that's where it begins. It's the very beginning of the book, right after the table of contents. A couple pages over, there's a section that has a couple titles that says Racism is Normal and Convergence Theory, where there's some breakdowns. And so now this is how Voddie starts the paragraph. According to Richard Delgado, worldview of CRT is based on 4 key presuppositions. So now he lists these presuppositions. Now it's interesting to me that as these people have quoted or saying that he is plagiarizing and misquoting and everything else, this is the only part that I see being mentioned. Everything else, oh yeah, that's pretty right. That's what we said. He got it on point with all that, except for this. And then they also point to a sermon where he basically took this statement and said, basically used his words from his book, say that, oh yeah, Richard Delgado actually said the word righteous, which we're going to get into that kind of going ahead, guys. I do apologize. So what it says, in a trusty fault lines of the book, says racism is normal, the usual way society does business, the common everyday experience of most people of color in this country, and the sources at the bottom of the page. Now, where it gets all the heat is the next point, convergence theory. And then he puts quotes. He uses quotes because he wants to quote the individual. It says racism advances the interests of both white elites, and then it puts in parentheses, materially, and working class whites, parentheses, physically. Large segments of society have little incentive to eradicate it. End quote. Then he puts the source. So now he goes on after that and says, this means, and puts in italicized, whites are incapable of righteous actions on race and only undo racism when it benefits them, when their interests converge, and then converges in quotes, with the interests of people of color. So the italicization of the statement, this means whites are incapable of righteous actions on race and only undo racism when it benefits them, is saying that Baucham quoted from Richard Delgado's work. But that wasn't the quote. The quote was what was said before, not after. You know what I'm saying? Now, did the italicized come from something else? I don't know. Was it come from his interpretation of what he read concerning Delgado? Could be. But to say it was a misquoting is wrong. To say it was a plagiarization is wrong. All right? Unless he got that italicized portion from somewhere else and didn't know your source, then we may have an issue. But that's not the claim here. The claim is that he misquoted the individual for that statement. So now, are there other quotes and fault lines that was misquoted or plagiarized, guys? Was there any other faults against fault lines? Let me know. Read through the book. Pretty good book. I know, I see why it was very popular, very well needed, as well as a lot of other books on this situation, on critical race theory. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I didn't mean to make this video long, wanted to make it short, wanted to show you that from what I see, Voddie didn't misquote or plagiarize. But guys, hey, I'm only human. I could be wrong. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If there are other quotes or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. Once again, if you would like a copy of Fault Lines, let me know. Email me, subscribe.truth@gmail.com. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. Guys, I'm very happy to say that we're almost at the goal of 1,000 subscribers. Wow. And I know I've taken a hiatus off and on, but to come back to you guys and you're still here and supporting the channel, I greatly appreciate that. Like this video. Also, if you want to support this ministry financially, you can do so by joining me on Patreon. For only $1 or more a month, you can support this work or what I do. Greatly appreciate you guys. If not, as always, I appreciate your prayers. And remember, this world is full of errors, and the only thing the doctor prescribes is truth. Blessings.